Alright, so originally for this video I wanted to upload a specific water phenomena that occurs on the rocks. Because of the first day being cloudy with poor conditions and the GoPro set to 4K 120fps, I had the idea of a 2-day video. But the second day being sunny, I adjusted the GoPro to 5.3K 60fps. Adding to that, I decided to compare the footage. Little did I know I would get swept away the second day by a wave and lose the current GoPro you're watching from. Therefore I had to purchase a new one. So it started with this footage on the 4th of July on a cloudy Thursday.
God, that is insane.
So the thing I was filming that day was a little waterfall that I was reacting to. It does look much better up close, and also the water mountains, which are these. Okay, I know that's not the most craziest thing, but with close proximity and good lighting, it is very mesmerizing to watch. Anyway, as the water started to clear up a bit, I decided it was the best time to go down.
Stuff up there, let's put ourselves in danger.
I was very eager to start filming because I thought everything I was doing was right and I was going to get the best videos in history, but little did I know I was doing lots of things wrong. Alright, so I'm not trying to use this as a cop-out for a skill issue, but you may notice the footage does look a little bit blurry. This is being shot in 4K 120fps, and that's where I made a mistake. As you can tell, the day was very cloudy and there wasn't much sunlight. Therefore, shooting with a high FPS is a no-go because the camera shutter speed doesn't have enough light. Another problem was I was using the max lens mod, which doesn't allow me to record in 5.3K, so shooting in 4K 120fps is definitely worse in low light than shooting in 5.3K and 60fps. Okay, you guys get the point now.
I tried to move a little bit to the left and go to a clearer spot. I'll show you guys in a second. I got wet in the process. I'm wearing a fucking Where's Bolly shirt, I know. I got wet in the process of doing that, otherwise I was perfectly dry. That was not as dangerous as I thought it was going to be. Because I did wait for the tide to go out a bit, so it's good. I'm just freezing cold, man. I'm going to keep my jacket on. I know it's safe to keep your jacket on now, so I'm going to keep it on. I'm going to go towards that way. Right there. I should probably do it now while there isn't a set. Now we have a view this way.
So the thing that I'm trying to film is that. It was a bit scary and difficult to go close to it due to the power, but it was nothing compared to the day where I got knocked over. Here's me trying to get a closer look of it. You can even start to see the seaweed being exposed out the water, which gave me the impression that it was much more safer. But then another large set of big ones came, so I had to step back again. But then I started going closer and closer to the point where it did start taking up more of the frame, and if I were to zoom in a little bit in editing, it would be much larger in the video. I decided to back away a little bit because I saw some strong ones. If only I did that the day I lost my GoPro. As well as that, I'm also showing you here a tactic I use, which is to lock my feet in any holes in the rock. You'll be surprised how many there is because of the erosion that occurs. And I would definitely recommend buying reef shoes or something to protect your feet from these rocks because you will not be able to walk on them. Unless you're very carefully watching the waves, I wouldn't recommend doing what I just did there. Anyway, I trotted over to the edge of the flat rock closer to the main London Bridge rock for an attempt to film the waterfalls. This end is a lot less dangerous, but sometimes sudden waves can rise up and take you in. You can just tell by looking at how the water slowly rises up and down how strong and dangerous the spot can be. And that's only a smaller version of the spot I was just filming before. I thought I was getting cool shots through the hole here, but I'm a rookie to camera exposure, so it didn't turn out very well. Then another small set approached, so I tried to position myself on the top part of the rocks there, thinking I wasn't going to get wet. But obviously the waves are much stronger than you think.
If it wasn't for just the windy conditions and no sunlight, like those videos I got were perfect, like they were really...
Yeah, I don't know about that one. Anyway, so I went to some more rocks on the main beach, but it was actually getting dark as well as still being cloudy.
Just started recording. I'm already getting nice mountains here. I can't believe I'm doing this when it's this cold. The tide's very high. Not in, but it's pretty damn high. Trying to not get my GoPro wet. I don't think I want to do very well, but it's okay. I'm happy that I just got to here.
Basically what I was saying was that I was happy where I was instead of setting foot on those rocks there. You actually have to swim to get across there, and watching this now, there was no chance in hell I would do that in those conditions. I came to film that, but I failed so hard that I'm not even going to show the footage. Okay, so this is not a voiceover anymore, this is me showing you guys exactly. So this is the nitty gritty of what happened, basically what you clicked on this video for. So I'm going to explain exactly how this phenomena occurs of the wave forming into a mountain, which is the thing I was trying to film, and I'm also going to quickly demonstrate how I got knocked over. I'll show you some pictures as well. So, this is a massive cliff. Oh, hang on. Oh my god, I'm already fucked it up. Let's see how many takes that I have to do this with. I'll be honest, guys. So this is the big London Bridge rock. Right, this is going to get constantly eroded by waves and everything. Now this is the rock that I stand on. I just call it the flat rock or whatever you want to call it. Alright, so now we'll get rid of this. Now let's zoom in to this rock. So this is it in a bigger scale, pretending we zoomed in. This is the water, okay? And most of the time as waves approach, it is swell or wall water. I think it's called wall water. I don't know the proper term for it. I'm probably going to leave a link in every video I make from now on to a website I found that has the perfect information of how waves work. So then I don't have to keep yapping every video about it. So I don't need to color it in. So the wave is basically like this. It sometimes does crest. You probably noticed in a couple of the videos, and I will show you some more videos I took recently with my phone towards the end. So it crests sometimes, whatever, so that's not the point. So basically what happens is this wave, When it approaches the rock, the water just swiftly moves to the rock, and then very, very fastly, within the first 5 seconds, it turns into whitewash. Now, I can't really draw the whitewash because the canvas is white, but it turns into whitewash, basically. And it knocks you over. But the thing is though, this water mountain that I was filming isn't actually what knocks me over. Again, like I said, I'm going to show you some pictures on the screen so you guys know what I'm talking about. So what knocked me over was this little circle that I did show you guys. It's like a little circle of rocks. It's really cool. There's like lots of cool rock formations, and that's one of them. So that little circle is the area where I was standing in front of the day. Now, I'm just going to say this now. I don't have any footage. I apologize. This is where, like, I didn't know what to do at first because I don't have any footage. So instead, I'm going to draw it for you. I don't have any footage. And for those of you wondering why did I just record some videos on my phone if my GoPro was swept away? Good question. I don't know why. I just don't really utilize my phone like that. I have been recently, but I didn't really at the time. So this rock, I'll draw it, I guess. It's like a little, I don't really know how to draw it. I guess from a 2D perspective, it'll just look like this. There's like a little shallow, it's like a little area where the water was constantly on, and then it rose up again. So all that happened was a large wave that I didn't notice approached. But what I will say is before that, the reason why this happened, I'm going to say this, is because I got too cocky. I was so excited that day, like I said, whether it was the 6th or the 13th or whatever, that I didn't pay attention to the water, didn't pay attention to the waves, didn't pay attention to how strong it was or anything. I just immediately saw it was sunny, so I thought, yes, 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 more videos, better videos. So I didn't pay attention. That's why it happened. So the wave, again, did its usual thing, doesn't do it as strong in that area, and it knocked me over. But the way it knocked me over was the parent wave wasn't very strong. But I'll leave a picture on the screen now. There was a wave from the left that collided with it, and it became a double, which means the whitewash was practically half my height, therefore it was stronger, so it knocked me over. I had my jumper on, I had bathers on, and I had water shoes on, and the GoPro was on a stick, right? This stick, I'll show you a picture of on screen. Normally, I use this little orange thing, the handle grip for my GoPro, right? But the stick, I wanted to give it a go that day, and it just so happened to be the day that it was knocked out of my hand, which means that stick doesn't float, but the orange one does float. And what I meant to say is that means the one day I got knocked over is the one day I was using the non-floatable stick. So yes, I got unlucky. Anyway, so it just knocked me over, knocked it out of my hand. And the second thing that happened, which was a bit scary at the time, was it did something to my arm. Now, I'm not going to explain it, but I have an issue with my arm. That's it. And something happened to it as it happened, as the wave knocked me over, and I couldn't go in and get my GoPro because my arm was hurting, like pretty bad. It wasn't broken or anything, don't worry. But that's how dangerous it can be. And that's all that happened. So yeah, now that you guys know what happened, again, I swear, I wish to God I could show you guys the footage and just how it all happened and all that. But I can't because I don't have that GoPro. That's why I was really spewing the day I tried to look for it, that I couldn't find it. And I will show you guys coming up, the footage of me actually going in and trying to find it. But yeah, I'm just trying to think if there's anything else. Yeah, that's it. So after all that, the 20th of July was my last chance. And let's just say, yeah, there was absolutely no way I was going to go in there with those conditions. Anyway, that day, since I wasn't able to do any kind of filming or anything, I just explored up the coast a little bit. So St. Andrews Beach was the main area we went to. It's just all of a sandy beach, but there's one area called Bogue Rocks that I wanted to specifically check out. It turns out you can't get down there because it's just for horses. So instead you have to walk along the beach. Not ideal to do it on a day like that though.
All because of my fucking clumsy ass.
Round 3 of fucking unboxing. Fast forward to the 10th of August, and this is how excited I was.
The tides are out now, properly. I'm gonna get the GoPro for sure. Oh, let's go. I'm fucking getting it. Let's go.
Okay, just calm down with the overconfidence, mate. As of editing this, a problem with the 30-minute video of me actually finding the lost GoPro occurred, which was literally the whole point of this video. Right. Most likely CapCut couldn't handle the file size, it crashed, so I tried to put it on a separate project, edit it, export it, then input it to the main project as a smaller file, but it still crashed. You weirdo, look at me walking. So instead I decided to just record myself going through the clip. Ah! Whoa, look at that. It's coming in strong. And I went in the water, I think. And it goes calm. It says my dad looking for it. Me. Did I go in? I don't even know if I went in. Oh. Freezing. Just trying to search for it. Look at me looking through the seaweed. He's worried about he's worried about the camera. Oh god. Oh my god, look at this thing. Ah!
I'm shivering so much. I can't believe how cold that water is, man. I'm too used to Noosa. 1, the rock pool isn't shaped how I thought it was. I thought it was really deep, right near the edge of it, but it's actually not. It goes slowly deep. 2, there's lots of seaweed. It could be really under the seaweed, and I'll never get it. 3, the current could be really strong and push it all the way out. That's what could have happened.
I was so cold it sounded like I had a speech impediment. Anyway, I destined myself to stay near the edge and not worry about the waves so I can finally capture quality videos of the little waterfall. Lucky I didn't, because 5 minutes later... I would have been crushed like a soft drink can.
Alright, so that didn't go how I wanted to, but that's okay. I admit defeat, couldn't find it. If it wasn't there in front of my eyes and visible and easy to see, I wasn't going to bust my balls in that freezing cold water trying to find it. Didn't really like film me going in the water, because holding a GoPro in the water while trying to find something is like really difficult. Making sure the footage is good while trying to find something. Making sure the footage is good is hard enough in the water, let alone. On top of that, those water shoes I was wearing in the water were good for stepping on the seaweed because of any critters that might get my foot, but swimming with them is so hard, and with the water pushing me back. That's when I swim towards out to the rocks, towards the edge of the water where the waves were. But yeah, I couldn't, you know, it's a beautiful day, you know, clear water. I still couldn't find it, so, you know, that's okay. And when I was in there and I couldn't find it, even with my goggles, I have a prescription, and the goggles aren't my exact prescription, so it's hard to see. And because of that, like, it was still kind of hard to see. In some areas in there, it was very deep. I couldn't believe it. I didn't think it was that deep, but there you go. And today was the perfect opportunity, and if I couldn't find it today, I'm never going to find it unless I go when it's summer and it's like the perfect flat tide and the water's much lower and there's tons of people in there, maybe. But I wouldn't go saying it's a waste of time that I went in there, didn't find anything, and I didn't get any footage anyway. It was still really crystal clear and good to see. Like I said, it would have been too difficult, and I was trying to also go to some other areas to get some footage, and I didn't succeed very well because the waves were actually very big. And the most crazy thing at the time was actually how fast the tide was coming in. When you're at the beach on a low tide, and however you check the tides on an app or whatever,
and the next tide is going to be a super high tide. Expect the water to come in very, very strong, just like it was, as the next tide that is coming up now is going to be a super high one, which meant the water was coming in really strong. And I was trying to film on my phone and all that. I could have done it with my GoPro too, but my phone can zoom in better. The waves are just smashing the rocks straight away. The biggest set came in and everything, and I was freaking out. I couldn't get any footage whatsoever. I didn't want to go any close. Sunny days are always the best. Like, I hate wasting them. Like, it is such a good day. Perfect day. Feels like I'm still in Noosa. But, you know, unfortunately, I have to waste it because the waves are just way too big. I can't go doing any nice rock filming and waterfalls and anything like that. And the tide's coming in as well, so it's too dangerous. The last video I filmed at the beach that I'm always going to, called Smiley Beach. We call it Smiley Beach, but all the locals don't call it that. Is going to be a video explaining the water that shoots up there. That's going to be the last video I filmed there, and I probably won't be filming there for a long time after that. It might be next video that comes on this channel, it might be the one after. Alright, let me clear things up. Basically what I said, but it will not be the last one of the whole area, just that little beach. Smiley Beach to be exact. Mainly because there is plenty of videos on the channel there already, and I want to prioritize exploring new areas first. Anyway, I'll end off the video with my most recent clips at London Bridge and the majestic water mountains. So weird to think that I'm able to stand here at certain times.